recovered from the Absol archives. Entry number 16.
The first time I woke up at 3:17 a.m., I didn't think anything of it. People wake up in the middle of the night all the time. A bad dream, a noise, a random jolt of anxiety that makes your body sit up like it heard something your mind didn't. I blinked at the ceiling. My room was dark except for the faint glow from the street light outside. The curtains barely moved. No wind, no rain. Just the kind of stillness that makes you listen harder than you should. I checked my phone. 3:17 a.m. I turned it off and rolled over. That should have been the end of it. But the next night, same thing. I woke up with my heart already beating fast, like I'd been running. My mouth tasted dry, my hands were cold. I stared at the same ceiling in the same darkness, and for a few seconds I couldn't remember where I was. Then I reached for my phone. 3:17 a.m. I sat up. The apartment was quiet. No footsteps upstairs, no traffic, no barking dog down the street. Nothing. I told myself it was a coincidence. My body was learning a new sleep pattern, that's all. Then it happened again, and again, and again. By the end of the week, I stopped wondering if I'd wake up at 3:17. I started waiting for it. The worst part was how it felt. It wasn't like waking up naturally. It felt like being yanked upward by something invisible, like someone had grabbed the back of my shirt and pulled me out of sleep. Every time I woke up alert. Too alert. Like my body knew something was wrong before my brain caught up. On the 8th night, I tried to break it. I stayed up late, forcing myself to watch mindless videos until my eyes burned. I set a white noise playlist. I even took melatonin, which I hated because it made my dreams feel heavy and wet. I fell asleep around 2 a.m. I remember checking the time because I wanted proof that I wouldn't wake up at 3:17. Then I woke up. My phone screen lit my face. 3:17 a.m. I whispered, "No." Like the time itself could hear me, that's when I noticed something small. My bedroom door wasn't closed. I always close it, not locked, just closed. It's a habit. But it was open by a few inches, enough to show a darker strip of hallway beyond it. I stared at that crack. For a long time, I told myself maybe I didn't close it properly. Maybe it didn't latch. Maybe the air conditioning pressure changed. Anything. I got out of bed and shut it again. Then I went back to bed. And I waited. I don't know why I waited, but I did. At 3:24 a.m., I heard something soft, a sound that barely existed, like a fingertip brushing along a wall. I sat up so fast my sheet slid off my chest. I listened. Silence. Then another sound, a faint tap. Not from my room, from the hallway. My door didn't move. No handle rattled. Just tapping. Slow. Patient. Like someone knocking on the inside of the building itself. I didn't move. I watched the door. At 3:29 a.m., the tapping stopped, and I realized my phone was open. The screen wasn't dark, it wasn't on the lock screen, and it was open to my camera, front camera. The screen showed my own face, pale and wide-eyed in the dark. And in the background behind my head, the faintest shape of the hallway. I hadn't opened the camera. I swear I hadn't. My thumb hovered above the screen. My breathing got louder in my ears. Then the phone screen flickered. Just once. Like a dropped frame. And for a fraction of a second, there was someone standing behind me. Right behind me. A tall silhouette in the doorway. Then it was gone. The camera view returned to normal. Just me, just darkness. I threw my phone onto the bed like it burned me. I turned around so fast my neck hurt. Nothing. My door was closed. The room was empty, but my chest felt tight, like the air had changed. I didn't sleep for the rest of the night. The next morning I checked my phone. I expected nothing, no photos, no videos, no evidence. Because if there was evidence, it would mean something had actually been there. And if something had been there, then I'd have to accept that waking up at 3:17 wasn't the problem, it was the symptom. But my Photos app had something new, a video, recorded at 3:17, length 13 seconds. My hands shook when I tapped it. The video opened. It was dark, grainy. The angle was wrong, like the phone was propped up or held too low. Then the camera adjusted and I saw my bedroom. Not from my bed, from the corner of the room, near the dresser. The footage showed me sleeping. I was lying on my side, facing the wall, motionless. The timestamp in the corner of the video said 3:17 a.m. I didn't move in the video, not once, but the camera did. Slowly, almost like someone was breathing behind it. The view drifted toward my bedroom door. The door was open, not wide, just enough. And in the crack of darkness beyond it, something moved. It wasn't a person at first. It was just a change in shadow. Then it took shape. A head, a shoulder, a tall figure leaning in, like it was trying to see me without entering fully. The figure stayed there for seconds, then stepped back, and the door began to close slowly, carefully, like someone didn't want it to click. The video ended. I dropped my phone. My heart hammered so hard I thought I'd vomit. Because the video proved one thing clearly: I wasn't awake when it happened. I was asleep. The next night I set up a test. I placed my phone on a tripod pointed at my bed. I plugged it in. I started recording video before I lay down. I even said out loud, "Recording." 1:48 a.m. Like a person in a horror movie trying to be smarter than the plot. I shut my eyes. I tried to breathe evenly. I tried not to think about the tall shape in the doorway. I didn't remember falling asleep. But I woke up at 3:17 a.m. Again. This time I didn't move. I kept my eyes closed. I listened. There was no tapping, no scratching, just my own breath and the low hum of the air conditioning. Then I felt it, not a sound, not a touch, a presence, like pressure in the room, like the air in front of my door had become heavier. My phone was on the dresser across the room, recording. I imagined it capturing everything. I imagined seeing the door open, seeing the figure, seeing it lean in. I wanted to open my eyes so badly. But something inside me, something animal, told me not to. I held my breath. Seconds passed. Then, very faintly, I heard something like fabric shifting, a step. Not in my room, in the hallway, closer than last time. Then I heard a voice, low, dry, not loud enough to understand. It sounded like someone speaking through a wall. My skin prickled, my hands clenched. The voice stopped. And I felt a new terror. The fear that it wasn't talking to me, it was talking to someone else. In my apartment. Then my phone screen flashed. Even with my eyes closed, I saw the glow through my eyelids. A sudden brightness. The recording stopped. I opened my eyes and sat up, and my phone was in my hands. Front camera open again. My face on the screen. But behind me, the dark doorway. And this time I could see it without the glitch. A tall figure standing in the hall, not fully visible, just a black outline. Head tilted slightly, like it was studying me. The phone buzzed, a notification slid down. Incoming call unknown. I stared at the screen, frozen. My thumb hovered over decline. The silhouette didn't move. The call kept ringing. And then the phone screen changed. It wasn't my camera anymore. It was a live video feed from my apartment hallway. The angle was high up, like from above my front door. Except I didn't have a hallway camera. I never installed one. But the feed showed my bedroom door, closed. And it showed me standing outside it, in the hallway, facing my own bedroom door, holding a phone up at face level, like I was recording myself. My stomach dropped so hard it felt like my organs shifted. Because if the hallway feed was real, then the person standing outside my bedroom door was me, but I was in bed, wasn't I? The hallway feed glitched. The image tore sideways like broken VHS. The screen went black for 1 full second. Then it returned, and the figure standing outside my door wasn't holding a phone anymore. It was holding something else. A key. My key. Then the call ended. The screen returned to normal. My room was dark. My door was closed. The hallway was silent. But my phone's call history showed something that made my blood go cold. Missed call. Me. The contact name wasn't unknown. It was my own number. I didn't go to work the next day. I sat on my couch with every light on, watching the clock like it was a bomb. I tried to make sense of it. Sleepwalking, night terrors, a neurological issue, a prank, anything. But the video, the live feed, the call from my number, none of it made sense. That night, I didn't want to sleep. I fought it. I drank coffee until my hands trembled. But around 1 a.m., my body started shutting down anyway, like a switch was being flipped. My head nodded. My eyes blurred. I stumbled to bed. I told myself I'd keep the lights on. I told myself I'd tie something to my door handle so it would make noise if it opened. I told myself I'd win. I woke up at 3:17 a.m. My eyes opened instantly, and I wasn't in bed. I was standing in the hallway, barefoot, my hand on my bedroom door handle, my phone raised to face level, front camera open, recording. My reflection in the screen looked wrong. Not my face exactly, but my expression. The eyes were wider than mine, the mouth slightly open, like I was imitating fear, practicing it. My hand moved without my permission. It turned the handle. The door opened, and inside my bedroom I saw myself, still asleep in bed, breathing slow, unaware. I stood in the hallway filming him, filming me. My phone buzzed again. A message appeared on the screen, not from a number, not from a contact, just text, like the phone itself was typing. Don't wake him. My fingers trembled. I tried to lower the phone. My arms didn't obey. I tried to speak. My throat locked. Then, from behind me in the darkness of the living room, I heard a second set of footsteps. Slow, dragging, barely there. And a whisper right near my ear. Follow. I didn't remember turning, but I did. My feet moved, down the hallway toward the front door. The phone kept recording. The screen kept showing my face, and behind me the bedroom door slowly closing. I reached the front door. My hand unlocked it. I stepped into the apartment corridor outside. And that's when I saw them. At the end of the hallway under the emergency exit sign, a tall figure standing completely still. Its outline was familiar, too familiar. It looked like me, but stretched slightly, wrong proportions. Shoulders too narrow, arms too long, head tilted like it didn't understand how to hold itself correctly. The hallway lights flickered. Once, twice. Then the figure lifted its hand and pointed down the stairs. My feet started moving. I went down the stairwell step by step. The phone in my hand continued filming. The screen showed my face, but my eyes weren't looking at the screen. They were looking ahead, as if someone else was behind them, as if I wasn't the one in control. I reached the ground floor. The exit door at the bottom opened with a soft click, and beyond it, outside, the night looked too still, like the world was paused. No cars, no wind, no sounds. The figure was there again, further ahead now, waiting, leading. I followed, across the car park, toward the street, and then, halfway there, my phone screen glitched. A loud crackle, a tear in the image. The screen went black. For a full 3 seconds. When it came back, my camera was no longer showing my face. It was showing the street behind me. And in that view, I could see someone standing in the doorway of my building, watching. A silhouette, in my clothes, with my posture. But not me, because I was the one holding the phone. The figure ahead stopped, turned slowly. And for the first time I saw its face clearly. It was my face, but older. Skin sagging slightly, eyes dull, mouth too still, like a mask that forgot how to smile. It stared at me and whispered, "You wake up at 3:17 because that's when you're easiest to copy." Then it stepped backward into the darkness between streetlights, and my body kept walking forward, even though my mind was screaming to stop. I woke up in bed at 6:02 a.m., like nothing happened. But my feet were dirty, my phone storage was full, and the last video on my camera roll was titled "Night Monitoring Required."
This has been an entry from the Absol archives. If you'd like to hear the next one, subscribe. It's free. And you can always leave